Woo, woo, hey, welcome to Mash on This, Mashable's daily culture and entertainment show that gives you tomorrow's biggest news stories today. Sponsored by Ally's Hardest Working Dollar. I'm your host, Jolene Kent with a Jock Rock lifestyle, also known as Dory Greenberg. On Mash on This, we give you a quick rundown of what we think is the best the internet has to offer. So be sure to tell us what you think in the comments, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. Now, if you don't mind, let's get into it, shall we? Obviously, there's a veritable cloister fork happening in the world of President Trump. And if you're not familiar with a cloister fork, it's an FCC-approved situation in which there's a bunch of people underneath beautiful arches running around with sharp objects and their eyes rolling into the back of their heads. But we're not going to talk about the Russia thing today. We're going to talk about Trump's newly appointed leader of New York and New Jersey's Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD. Her name is Lynn Patton. She is a longtime Trump loyalist whose major achievement in life has been planning Eric Trump's wedding. Excuse me. She was also upper management of the Eric Trump Foundation, which, according to Jezebel, is under investigation for taking $1 million in donations away from children with cancer and siphoning it into the Trump Organization. She also claims to have a law degree with Quinnipiac University School of Law, except that the university told the New York Daily News that she only attended for 2 semesters and therefore never graduated with said degree. And the cherry on top of this woman's truly substandard resume is that she has absolutely no experience in housing or urban development, which makes her position of leading one of the most intricate and critical HUD regions that much more horrifying. Another A+ decision coming out of the White House. In potentially earth-shattering news, Amazon just bought Whole Foods for a whopping $13.7 billion dollars. And Jeff Bezos was just waiting for his moment to stunt, because not only is this Amazon's biggest acquisition ever, but these guys paid for the entire 400-plus grocery store chain in cash. Pew, 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 pew. Other notable purchases included Zappos for $1.2 billion and Twitch for about $1 billion. Chump change compared to this recent purchase. According to our business editor James Abruzzese, Amazon could use Whole Foods locations for a variety of offerings, particularly the expansion of its super fast delivery program. With Whole Foods being what I like to call fancy, its stores are strategically located in affluent areas. So for those of you who love some expensive organic dinosaur kale, get ready to be even lazier, because all your bougie beignets and bison brisket could be delivered to your front door along with your tampons and tushy wipes. For more info on this deal, check out Jason's article on Mashable.com. Now I want to take a quick second to talk about our awesome sponsor, Ally. We all work hard for the money, but just how hard is the money working for us? Ally has launched a sweepstakes challenging everyday humans to think about how hard their money is working for them. It works like this. After teaming up with where'sgeorge.com, Ally will be putting 7,500 $1 bills in circulation over the course of 5 weeks, starting this week. These bills are considered Ally's hardest working dollar, and these bills don't have any special markings, so you have to see if you have one. Visit allyhardestworkingdollar.com, enter the serial number. It could be worth up to $10,000. And you'll be getting the inside scoop on where to find these bills right here on Mash on This. So heads up, Boston, Detroit, and Seattle, because Ally's hardest working dollars just hit your cities. Go ahead, check your wallet now, and if there's a little George Washington staring you in your eyes, go to the site and enter the bill's serial number. As long as you're eligible, you might have a big cash prize on your horizon. And I've always wanted to have an Oprah moment on this show, and I think it's probably the closest I'm going to get to having one, so good luck, everyone! Yay! Now, on to our next story, which is about the lovely cherry blossom. Commonly known as sakura in Japan, they are a delicate flower that is celebrated around the... What's that? Oh, it's now ruined because it's also a CIA method of hacking. Okay, cool. Okay. I guess now Cherry Blossom is the name of a program which the Central Intelligence Agency uses to turn a given router's firmware into a surveillance tool. Basically, the CIA is now hacking routers using Cherry Blossom, which lets a remote agent monitor a target's internet traffic, scan for useful information, and even redirect the target to a desired website. This new tool was put on blast by none other than WikiLeaks. But before you go thinking that this means that the CIA is hacking all of us, the Cherry Blossom manual says that it's mostly used for specific targets, not for mass surveillance. Details on how this works, check out Colin DeLita's article about it on Mashable.com. On Tuesday, we highly suspected Lord of moonlighting as an anonymous onion ring reviewer that went by @Onion Rings Worldwide on Instagram. And guess what, people? We were right. Lord went on The Tonight Show last night to promote her Out of This World album and fessed up to the whole thing. Take a look.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Look, this is an Instagram account, okay? That someone started called @OnionRingsWorldwide, and someone did some sleuthing, and they believe that this is your site.
Okay, I have to explain for a second. Here's the thing. I sort of naively didn't realize it would be like a thing that I was going to different places and trying the onion rings at each of those places.
It is you?
Oh, God, it's me, it's me.
Oh, my God, you are?
Yeah, so we showed you a lot of that, and we're not going to apologize for it because it's great. But, oh, Lord, we're sad that Onion Rings Worldwide doesn't exist anymore, and we thank you for your service. But now the Pandora's box has been opened, and we want to know what other secret, bizarre goings-on you were up to. Does she have like a secret collection of rare Vaselines from the 60s? Is she a low-key capoeira champion? Is she the most interesting woman in the world? Does she even drink Dos Equis? Let us know what you think in the comments. We always try to end on a high note on MASH on this, and we can't get much better than this next story. Olive Crest is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping abused and neglected children, and on the group's recent trip to Disneyland, one of the kids who is deaf got a very special surprise. Take a little look.
Good job. You guys want to do a quick family photo?
So for those of you who don't know American Sign Language, Minnie was signing "nice to meet you" and "I love you." And I was curious to find out whether or not it was required for Disney cast members to know ASL. So I asked my sister, who is a pastry chef at Disney World, humble brag, and she said that none of the characters are trained in sign language for consistency reasons. So that means that this specific Minnie just happened to know some ASL and was able to make this child's day very, very special. Awesome times.